Not gonna lie, what I'm talking about in this video is actually annoying me quite a bit. I might start this off sounding a bit stupid because I don't exactly know what happened, but Valve recently changed Dota 2 trading to add on a 7-day trade lock on Arcana items, I believe, and those Arcana items were used as a currency in CS because they trade locked everything in CS and you can't trade keys after you buy them and stuff like that. So people were using the Arcanas, and that 7-day trade lock wasn't a thing on those items. But Valve have now decided that they are going to trade lock those items, so when you trade for those Arcana items, then they're also locked for another 7 days. So like I said, this has already happened in CS a while ago, and now that is happening in Dota, which are both of Valve's other titles with trading in it. I feel like it's only a matter of time before this happens in TF2 as well, which would be awful. Really quickly, I know it might not be the best time to say this, but 60% of you guys watching right now aren't actually subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to hit 75k, so if a couple of you guys who are watching right now who aren't subscribed do subscribe, that'd help me out a lot. Thank you. I want you guys to imagine, right, if the first update TF2 got all year, since Smithmas was a bit of a letdown, and since Scream Fortress was basically the same as the year before, with the Great Depression happening last year as well, the first update we get after all of that stuff is trade locking items when you trade them. At that point, Valve might as well line up every TF2 player and just punch them in the face. To me, it kind of feels like Valve don't want trading to exist in their games. Like, they seem to be really disliking it. So they make keys untradable in CS when you buy them, and then also having a cooldown on items when you trade them. That in itself is fairly ridiculous. You've got the mobile authenticator already for this. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be long until the same trade holds are put into TF2, which to me doesn't make sense considering they definitely hired people at the start of all of these games to help design the economy in these games to make sure they function in a way that they are supposed to. And obviously, a lot of time and effort went into it, and they make a lot of money from the economy in their games. So why try and completely mess that up now, slowing it down, like ruining it, basically killing it off? It will probably kill off TF2 trading a fair bit if it comes into the game. Like, what are you thinking? I just can't get my head around why they are making these decisions. I guess to maybe help new players, but really? Really? I want you all to picture this scenario, right? You're trying to do a road to riches type thing where you start off with one item and you manage to sell it. Now, okay, so imagine this person didn't have an authenticator enabled. So you have to wait 15 days to get the item from the trade, which is annoying, but maybe it's not that person's fault. The authenticator exists to protect traders, so that makes sense. That bit, completely fine. 15 days is a bit annoying, but it's there. And then when you do get that item in your backpack, you have to wait another 7 days to trade the item away. That, to me, is absolutely stupid. That is 3 weeks to make one trade. Obviously, waiting 3 weeks will be the worst case scenario if somebody doesn't have an authenticator and a weak trade lock is put into the game. But just think about that. Like, 3 weeks for one trade just doesn't sound that great for people who are starting out trading. For people who have loads and loads of items, constantly selling stuff, constantly buying stuff, it's fine. They'll have stuff to do. But if you're starting out and you don't have anything and you're just trying to trade up, you'll be waiting a year almost to make a couple of trades, which is ridiculous. That means that if I was trying to make an unusual trade series, then I'd maybe be able to get one trade a month or something like that if unusuals are hard to sell. So maybe I'd make a video once a year if that happened. Like, what is the point? I'm laughing, but I'm actually really annoyed. And before you say, yes, I am completely aware that Valve might be doing this to try and keep new traders safe. I really do understand that. But at what point does it cross the line of being Valve's responsibility if people get scammed with all of the measures they have already put in place? And how idiot-proof does Valve need to make trading before other people can actually use it how it's meant to be used? So because some people are still getting scammed and people are still like trying to scam people, everyone who's trying to trade normally has to have a mobile authenticator, which is a step that probably should have been there from the start. The email confirmation things were quite good, and then, you know, this mobile authenticator on your phone is very good. That is probably what was meant to be there from the start, right? But why the week cooldown afterwards? It kind of seems to me that if you do get scammed, Valve wants you to think about your mistakes for a week before you can get rid of the item. It's like you're being put in the naughty corner to think about what you've done. Like, seriously. And also, if you're making like time-sensitive trades, so you've got like an event item or something like that, then you've probably missed the profit margin on that, honestly. By the time a week's passed, then the hype's probably gone for an item. I personally just don't understand why this feature is being added in. I thought the mobile authenticator was fine. I don't really think Valve needed another way to stop people getting scammed. They have enough pop-ups in every single trade anyway. Like, why do we need another week after to think about items? Come on. I'm not being funny, but I'm not really going to be interested in making a trading series if this happens. No matter how much people want it, I wouldn't make one if trading became even more of a waiting game than it already is. Like, I literally made a video yesterday which briefly touches on how long low tier trading takes. Now add a week onto every single trade you make. That's so stupid. I don't know if it's just me that feels like this and I'm being an absolute idiot, but I don't know. I'd be open to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think it's a good idea? Why do you think Valve are doing it? And does it make sense for Valve to do this? I don't know. Like, I am very happy to admit I'm wrong. Maybe it is a good thing, but I personally don't see the point in having a week cooldown on every single trade. I think gauging the reaction of the CS scene when it happened, Valve maybe thought, I won't do that again, but no. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would help me out a lot. I'd appreciate it as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.